Do you think Pakistan can be taken at face value? We've gone in for the ceasefire, we put them on probation, but can we trust them to desist from once again doing the same tactics that they've done for 7 decades?
Thank you for having me on the show, Navika. First of all, Pakistan will do it very shortly. And when I say shortly, I think between right now and let's say the next 90 days, expect Pakistan to try something. It may be successful, it may fail, but Pakistan will try. That's number one. Number two is that about trusting Pakistan. You know, when you say that, can you trust Pakistan? Of course not. We have been foolish in the past. We have been foolish multiple times in the past 78 years in trusting Pakistan. Pakistan's entire foreign policy, its entire national security policy revolves around Kashmir. This is something that they cannot do without. It's their majburi, if you will. It's their majburi. And they will do it again. They will do it again. But, one thing that I'd like to tell you is that, this has been made plain by the Prime Minister and also the Raksha Mantri. And both of them, when you say ceasefire, what does it mean? It means stop firing. So in that context, is there a ceasefire? Yes, probably. But Operation Sindoor has not ended. I mean, you talk to anybody who holds any position of power, any position of authority, and they will tell you that this is an ongoing operation. There could be a strategic pause for right now, but India will hit back. India will hit back soon. We are just waiting. Like the Honorable Defence Minister said, Pakistan is on probation. They've been put on probation. And जब ऐसा होगा कि पाकिस्तान कुछ गलती करेगा, फिर से पाकिस्तान को सजा मिलेगी, punitive, disproportionate, visible.
But let me ask you, Sushant Sareen, then why ceasefire when we had the upper hand? Many people ask that question, कि अभी you had advantage India. Why ceasefire when your neighbor is not trusted and when he is backed by forces in the world that will always increase its adventurism?
I think, Navika, it's very clear that I don't think anybody in the government of India was interested in an endless war. We don't want to get into an endless war because we have bigger fish to fry. We have many more things to do. We are not a basket case country like Pakistan, which doesn't bother about its own people, which only bothers about its armed forces and the privileges of the Punjabi elite to the detriment and to the exclusion of everybody else in Pakistan, or some other elites from, Sindh or KP or other places. So we are not in that game. The objective of Operation Sindoor was a limited one. The limited one was a punitive campaign against terror targets to deliver a very, very strong message. And I think nobody can deny that an extremely strong message has been delivered. You've hit at bases which everybody salivated over in the Indian security establishment for decades. You've gone and destroyed them in Muridke, in Bahawalpur, in Kotli, in Muzaffarabad, all these places which were supposed to be untouchable. So I think that's a remarkable achievement. And after that, when the Pakistanis went up the escalation ladder, that second objective was to have escalation dominance, which is again what the Indian armed forces established. And forced Pakistan to sue for peace. Now, the Pakistanis can keep making whatever cock and bull story they want to make, but the bottom line is that 11 of their bases, and by some accounts 13, ranging from Skardu in the north to Karachi in the south, have been hit. And these guys they're shameless, but they have nowhere to hide. So they will try and deflect what has happened to them, but they will not come and accept the kind of beating they have been given. One more point, Navika. When you keep asking, and I think in international relations, this whole question, can I trust somebody? You can't trust anybody. The only thing you can trust is your own power, which you can bring to bear on whether somebody is trying to act smart with you or not. What is your national power? What is your economic power? What is your military power? How much of it can you bring to bear on your adversaries? That's the only thing which you should trust.
Well, then Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, then I want to ask you, putting them on probation, is that the wisest call that could have been taken, given the fact from an advantage position, now whenever the next provocation comes, we will start from scale 0 and then work upwards? And how long do you think this is going to stay in this ceasefire condition?
There are two things. One is very clear that we cannot take Pakistan on the face value because there is no face. The face is explicitly clear. That is a perpetual perpetrator of terror. Only the masked value is there. Masks keep on changing. The face remains same. So that is very clearly and categorically understood by India. But if you see those who were giving us the Gidar Bhabki of nuclear threat, now they are talking about aman ki baat. इसका मतलब चमन कुछ तो उजड़ा है तभी अमन की बात तक बात आई है. But what has happened, I think those who are sitting inside those operations will be having better access to what situation has happened. I just want to put certain dots which your viewers can connect. Number one, JD Vance on 9th says about the India-Pakistan conflict, this is none of our business. On 10th night, there is a furious attack on various air bases of Pakistan. On 10th, around 1 p.m., Pakistan's DGMO tries to contact India. On 3:35, both the DGMOs talk. Or at 4 p.m., Government of India announces that there is going to be a press conference at 5. And at 4:35 or 4:40, Donald Trump gives a tweet. And then there mentions a nuclear threat, that he has averted a nuclear conflict. So now, just if it is believed that Sargodha has been hit, and those who are your viewers, I just want to say nuclear weapons are not like this, it's been placed in the room like the shop. It is being placed 30-40 feet at least, or several meters below the ground, and that has only 2 entry and exit points. If the entry and exit point are being hit, as there are certain news in the international media, so there is a strong possibility that something of disaster could have happened inside whenever those openings will be out. And in that case, you should also try to understand how far is Sargodha from the Indian border? 170 kilometers. Less than how far is Mathura from Delhi? So if anything of the sort of nuclear disaster or the atomic disaster happens, it's not that much easy that it will follow the international boundary, that it will come only up to that level and not go that. There can be a chance. And one more thing, since the US forces remained there around 2 decades back, so they might be knowing each and every location, that where the warhead is there and where the fuse is there.
नहीं पता.
No,
हमें नहीं पता.
they might have personally, physically verified, and their satellites are definitely having much more capability than the Chinese satellites. So they might have confirmed it, or they might have assumed it, they might have something got the impression. And in this context, I would like to say that the day before yesterday, when the press conference of the State Department of US, it was asked that has US planes have gone there for the search, for verifying the radiation level on the nuclear site? What was their answer? They could have said no, nothing of this sort. What was his answer? I am not give to any answer on the preview of this situation. So it means they have neither said yes nor said no. So those who are having an in-depth understanding of the war, and that's why the Prime Minister has said the Operation Sindoor is not stopped. There is no word ceasefire used by India. It is operational break. जैसे आप लोग कमर्शियल ब्रेक लेते हैं, मिलते हैं ब्रेक के बाद, तो ऑपरेशनल ब्रेक के बाद जब सामना होगा, तो इसलिए जो एक प्रोबेशन की बात कही गई है वो उनके लिए कही गई है. और इसलिए आज रक्षा मंत्री जी ने इस फ्रेज को यूज भी किया है पाकिस्तान की आर्मी के लिए, क्योंकि वो जिस मुहाने पे बैठ के जो गेम खेल रहे हैं, तो उन्होंने कहा है कि कागज का है लिबास, चिरागों का शहर है. कागज का है लिबास, चिरागों का शहर है, चलना संभल संभल के चूंकि तुम नशे में हो.